If you had a slow year last year as a website designer, I need you to know that you are not alone. I've been talking to tons of designers who have been around since 2017, 2018, and almost every single one of them hit a wall. Here's what I think actually happened and what I'm seeing now in 2026. So I am 8 years into my business, and the primary source of getting clients is through SEO for me. I have focused on blogging since 2018 and then really incorporated YouTube in about 2020. And I'm a huge believer in blogging. Spoiler alert, it is not dead. Don't let anyone tell you that. But last year did bring some major pivots for me. Business slowed way down. Like we're talking 20% income wise, what I've made in prior years. But I am seeing a big change. So, let me tell you a little bit about what happened last year and what I did to kind of compensate the situation. As I said, business slowed way down. And honestly, I just got really burnt out. I didn't want to keep up with the Instagram trends and reels and marketing myself on there. I did do a lot of YouTube videos. I mean, we're talking like weekly blogging and YouTube videos and then email list as well. And I really, even though I was doing that, I just started to really doubt myself because I wasn't getting the consistent inquiries. I wasn't getting the bookings. And it was feeling very discouraging. And so I started praying about next steps. And honestly, an opportunity just landed in my lap working with the KS agency doing Showit and Squarespace, primarily website designs, but I've also been able to learn more on Kajabi, more about WordPress, and that's just something that I have felt has been a huge benefit is that I've been able to really like learn more and grow as a website designer, and I've been able to see what's really converting, what's really working for successful entrepreneurs in other industries. Side note, if you want a free Squarespace or Showit landing page, I will link mine below. So, unexpected bonus, I was also able to say yes to the clients I actually wanted to work with. And it wasn't a scarcity of like, shoot, I need to like say yes to everybody. And that is a game changer when you get to that place in your business that you can start saying no, because it's those negative clients that make you feel like you're no longer good and make you really start to doubt yourself. And that I feel like is what causes burnout. So once I was able to just let that go and just take clients that I wanted to for website in a day, I really started to regain a lot of my confidence. Another huge aspect of my story last year is my husband got a job in Iowa, which we are very thankful for, but I then had to pack up the house by myself with two toddlers and move across the country. We did not have a house, so we lived with my in laws for 4 months, which was a huge blessing. They are amazing, and I'm very grateful. They were able to watch my kids while I got work done, but it still was me navigating being a stay at home mom and trying to figure out my next steps for my family. I finally, after 4 months there in January of 2026, we moved into our new home in Iowa. I have 12 hours of childcare. It is glorious. And then I also work during nap time. So I'm working about 5 to 15 hours a week for the KS agency. And then I'm putting in 5 to 15 hours a week for Rebecca Reed Creative. So it's a lot of just kind of hustling in between. For me, the way it's worked is every 6 months, I tend to reevaluate what's working for my family. Am I enjoying my job still? If the answer is yes, and I want to, grow it or continue it, maybe that looks like increasing daycare. And that has been kind of my trajectory. I started off with being like, I'm gonna be a full stay-at-home mom and run a business. I don't, if you can do that, you are superwoman. I could not. So then I was like 1 day a week of childcare, and then it just keeps on increasing. So that's just my story. The other thing is like the industry just had a moment last year. Like the website design world, so many seasoned designers, like I mentioned, we're seeing this. People that have been around for 8, 9, 10 years, we're seeing lowest years that they've ever had. Many of my friends in my circle got part-time jobs. I was not the only one. And most of them are seeing a huge uptick. My theory is just post-election uncertainty. When that all went down, when the election happened, whatever side you're on, doesn't matter. I think I thought, oh, it'll be, this happens like every, 4 or 8 years, whatever, when an election happens, businesses dip a little bit, you don't sell as many courses or whatever. And then it goes up. And I thought like 3 months, it would then, kind of revert. And I think it just took a year. I think people were just kind of on the fence. And then after a year, they realized like life wasn't going to just stand still while they waited, and they started inquiring and booking again. That's just my theory. I don't know for certain, but as I've talked to other friends, they also have the same theory. So, what would I say to you if you are a website designer and you are experiencing this right now? I mean, I have so many thoughts, and I actually just had a website designer who was just starting her business, and she's like, I can't get clients. What am I supposed to do? I'm hustling on Instagram. I usually don't think Instagram hustling is the solution. I just don't think it works for a lot of people. I swear by SEO, it does take a long time, but like, even are there ways you can tweak your sales page instead of just being like Squarespace website designer? You're competing against a lot of Squarespace website designers, and that keyword phrase is going to be really hard for you to rank for, especially in the beginning of your business. So, my first tip would be, can you niche down? And if you're not willing to niche down to be Squarespace website designer for authors or whatever, can you niche down location wise, right? So I live in Des Moines, Iowa. Maybe I create my homepage to be website designer in Des Moines, Iowa. That is way, far and away going to be easier for you to rank for than just website designer. Um, does that mean you only serve people in Des Moines, Iowa? Probably not. You'll probably take people from anywhere, but it allows you to become somebody that they can trust in their area. So think about ways that you can niche down. I always think that's a great solution, especially when you're starting out. The other thing is Google business listings. This was how I made it to the top of Google right away. Get a Google business listing. You do, I think, have to give your address or like the general location. You don't have to post it on Google, like your exact address, but and you can put your territory as serving like the whole United States. But when you see, I mean, now they have AI, but they also have the map, right? It's at the top of Google. So that's one way that you can just pop up right away. I would say get a Google business listing, get some reviews. If you're like, I've never worked with a client, do you have anybody that trusts you that can give you a review? They're not obviously going to put, this person designed my website, because that would be a lie, but can they speak to who you are as a person, your authority, your credibility, your background, whatever? Like, if they can speak to that, they can write you a review as a human being. Get some reviews. And then my other little best hack with that is start blogging and post your blogs as an update on your Google business listing. Google loves for you to use their things. And so if you're doing this, they are going to bump you up. So those are a couple just little tricks. The third one is, if you're in a slow season, again, remember, it's not forever. But think of another thing that you could do to move the needle. Is there something that you can add to your service? If you are like, I love copywriting, can you add copywriting to your service and that'll make you stand out? If you're like, SEO is my jam, I know a ton about it, can you add that and that's going to make you stand out? Another thing is branding. Adding branding to your services, first of all, is going to level up a project drastically. Second of all, it's going to make your life a million times easier. If you've ever worked with clients and they come to you with no branding, it is the most frustrating thing, right? So if you want to start really getting clients that are, going to be easier in the long run, being able to do their branding is going to help. I am doing a brand styling masterclass with Katie from Dropcap Design. She is a website designer primarily. She does Showit, but she also is an amazing branding designer. So we are doing that on April 21st, and you will walk away with a simple plug and play brand styling process. You'll have to learn about faster approvals, better results, and you'll have the confidence to add a 1K addition to your service. So then you're not having to book as many clients because you're making more money on the clients that you are working with. She is also giving away her brand styling kit, which is client questionnaire, mood board, brand board templates, slide deck, only if you attend live. So I will link that below in the description, and let me know how 2026 is panning out for you thus far.